Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host God of Heroics, and today we are going over the episode 5 review for Dragon Ball Daima. So if you like these kind of videos, please like the video, subscribe to the page, and hit that notification bell so you can be updated with all future uploads. I'm trying to hit 500 by the end of the year, which I know is entirely doable, so please help me out if you can. I do a lot more stuff than just these reviews. I do updates for Dragon Ball content in general, updates for Sparking Zero. I also play Sparking Zero, doing ranked matches, themed battles, and custom matches, and there's going to be a lot more video content to come. So without further ado, let's get started. So episode 5 picks up where episode 4 left off, with Pansy revealing her face to Goku and the crew because she did have a mask on the entire time they were fighting those guards in the previous episode. She goes on talking about how it's very unfair the way they treat people, taking their lifespan if they can't pay up. And while a lot of people didn't like Demon King Deborah, he actually was a very nicer and far more fair ruler than King Goma currently is. There's a lot of compliments going back and forth, her complimenting Goku about his skills and his sense of justice, helping them out, and then Goku's complimenting her on her gadgetry and her bravery to go in there and fight for the people. She has a lot of questions like, what's your names, where are you guys from, what are you up to, all this extra stuff. We get, they give like pretty basic answers. Oh, we're just journeying, blah 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 blah. And Shin and Gloria are the ones that are being very passive. Well, Gloria's not saying anything, but Shin's being passive, and Goku's just being open and honest because, he's a very trusting guy, which I understand. To be honest, I would be folding as well. Pansy's very sweet, she's very cute, she's very adorable, very innocent. Gloria pretty much just ignores her, waving her off, telling her, hey, we're busy, we got stuff to do, we can't really be dealing with you. And it kind of slips that they're heading to the castle. Goku slips it pretty much, and Pansy decides to go with them. She says she knows the fastest route to the castle, and this, made me think that maybe my suspicions were correct, and technically I'm right, but not really. So my thing is, I believe that she either knew Gloria or that she had business at the castle that was going to make their journeys basically collide. And technically that is correct. She did not know Gloria, but she does have business at the castle, and the thing that she primarily wants does fall in line with what they want, and that's kind of why she ends up on this journey with them. So Pansy journeys with them, asking all kinds of questions and talking about some interesting stuff. Shin tries to cover for Goku, saying that his ears are rounded, he's just from the second demon realm, even though, it's stated that demons gotta have pointy ears, but far be it from me to tell them how to run their series. So Pansy kind of believes it. She's a naive child, so go figure. And, she asks what his magic is, because all demons have magic. She shows off hers, which is telekinesis, and she fights so hard to do it. Like, God, I was really hoping she didn't hurt herself in the process, and I'm so glad to announce that she did not hurt herself. Then it's time for Goku to show his magic. I thought he was going to show like Ki, or that he was going to, do like a Kamehameha or transform, or even just use the Power Pole, because the Power Pole is a magic item, and he could have just told her, hey, I can make this Power Pole extend or shrink at will, which he didn't do. Instead, he chooses to touch his tongue to his nose, claiming that to be magic, and obviously she does not believe that. Fast forward, they get to the castle, and basically Gloria was trying to tell the guards, hey, we got business, and they're like, oh, what kind of business do you have at the castle, blah 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 blah. And Pansy shows up and basically says, hey, let us in, they're with me. And that's when it's revealed that she is the princess. The guards are like, oh, princess, you're back, I didn't know that you were here. So yeah, she's the princess. The king that they're going to see is her dad. So they do meet with the king, and the king, asks like, what's going on? Glorio's like, hey, this is the guy that is stronger than Majin Buu, the guy who defeated Majin Buu, that can help you defeat King Goma. Turns out the king actually just wants King Goma defeated so that he can take over as king and he can be a more fair king, bringing peace to the demon realm. I have no reason to not believe him, but there is a little bit of suspicion here because the way this information is relayed in this conversation makes it seem like Glorio came to the king and told him, "Hey, I'm going to bring somebody to you as strong as Majin Buu, or so stronger than Majin Buu," and that he did bring Goku, because he tells him like, "Hey, I brought the guy you were looking for." Well, Pansy says, "We brought Goku like you asked," and he's like, "Oh, I asked for someone who he said he was going to bring me someone who can defeat Majin Buu." And yeah, so it seems like Glorio approached the king first instead of the other way around. So I assume in episode 1, when he eavesdropped, he came back and relayed that information to the king as kind of a way of knowing, like, hey, the king, he wants to rule all of the demon realm instead of just this one section. Let me go tell him about this guy that I found out who's stronger than Majin Buu, and then I'll go get that guy and bring him back to help him accomplish his goals. And I assume Glorio has his own goals in mind too, and that's part of what's at play here. Anyway, the king wants to test Goku's strength because Goku looks like a child, so he wants to test to make sure he is as powerful as he is. It also does get out that Goku and Shin were adults. They were basically adults. Goku tells him that he was actually an adult with kids, and tells him about the wish that made them basically shrink down to kid size. And yeah, that happened because the king basically said, if you can defeat Daima, I'll give you my daughter's hand in marriage when she's old enough. And Pansy at first objects to it, but she seems like she doesn't, like, once he says, oh, well, once she doesn't age, she seems like, a little flustered, but kind of, okay, let's do it. Or not okay, let's do it, but, let's see how this plays out. And that's when Goku tells him, oh, I'm married with kids. Anyway, he has to fight the king's elite guards. Now, I thought this was going to be a little bit more of a hard-fought battle. Like, I thought Goku was going to, maybe have, like, 1 or 2 guys that he had to go, like, blow for blow with. But, that's on me. It's episode 5. I should have known Goku wasn't going to struggle. So I did eventually know that he was going to struggle, because he gives Shin his power pole and he says, "Oh yeah, this is going to be some good training." So I'm like, all right. The point of getting the power pole was so that he could make up for the difference in range, where his kid body doesn't have the same range that his adult body had. But once he gave away the power pole, I'm like, oh, this is just going to be straight hands. Goku's about to cook these guys. And I was correct. Goku cooks these guys. Yeah, apparently these are the king's strongest elites. And I want to assume that the third demon world doesn't have as strong as people as maybe like the second and third demon world will. But you would think if this is the strongest of the strongest that they would mean at least a little bit, but no, they don't. They quite literally don't mean shit. Goku beats the hell out of all of them. In fact, this is reverse jumping at its finest, because Goku straight up stops mid-fight to breakdance as a way of tripping like 4 people, and that is absolutely hilarious to me, because like that's not how Goku fights at all. So that was hilarious to me. And then they kind of just jump him, like everybody kind of jumps on him at once. That thing where they jump on the character explodes with energy, knocking them all away. It was that, but he flexed his Super Saiyan for like half a second, but then he still had the Super Saiyan glow on him. The way he was portrayed kind of looked like the Jesus Christ glow. Like if you ever seen the pictures, the Catholic pictures of Jesus, where he has like the gold, like glowing halo, I guess you would say, behind his head, and like you see the glow from around his body. It was like that, and then he finished the fight like that too, like that aura was just around him. It's like when you go in sparking mode in Sparking Zero, and you just have like that glow of energy, like that glowing outline around you. It was very similar to that. And he beats up everybody like this, but it was cool because to me, it reminded me of like the false Super Saiyan back in the Slug movie, where he had like the Super Saiyan aura, but not like the Super Saiyan hair. That's kind of what it reminded me of. I'm pretty sure that's not what it is, but I think it was nice to just see it. It was pretty cool. I like seeing the Super Saiyan glow without the Super Saiyan hair. I think that's why I like Super Saiyan God so much, because I like Goku's hairstyle, and God keeps that hairstyle. Pretty cool. Anyway, the king gives them a new plane so they can go on their adventure, because they do tell them that they are planning to collect the 3 Dragon Balls, which no one has ever done, and that once they do, they're going to basically wish for Dende to be free, then use the Dragon Balls to wish for their normal size, and they can defeat the Demon King. To be honest, they might be able to defeat him without even doing all that, but we'll see. Anyway, the king gives them a new plane, and they tell them that their friends are supposed to be joining them sometime later, but they don't have the pin to get through. Remember, they needed the 4-digit pin number to get through the warp fish or warp gate or whatever it was. Warp. It was just Warp Sama. The fish was called Warp Sama. They needed the pin to get through him, but they were not able to relay the pin to Kibito, so unfortunately they don't have it. So the king sends his assistant. I think his name was like Euclid or I don't remember. He sent there was someone doing ballet. He sends them to go get Goku and his go get Goku's friends. They said there's like 3 or 4 of them. I know Vegeta's gonna be one. Piccolo might be one. I don't know if they're gonna bring Kibito. We'll have to see. And I'm pretty sure Bulma's going. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Bulma, Vegeta at the least, and then maybe Piccolo, maybe Kibito. Who knows? Anyway, so they're on the way to do that, and that person, kind of pulls out this like really cool watch. I just thought it was a regular watch, but he was gonna set like some kind of alarm or whatever. But no, he actually like opens up this really cool like map that keeps a huge expanse of like space and stuff, and he pulls up Earth, and they kind of look out and ask like, "Oh, is this where they are?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's it. That's what they'll be." So he can now go get the friends, bring them back. Who knows how long it's gonna take? Because he does say it's far away. So anyway, Pansy decides to join the group, and she says she's going to join the group because she's really tech savvy, and also she wants to see King Goma get defeated. So she's going to kind of fill in for Bulma where she lacks. So I'm not sure if Bulma's actually going to come on the mission. I would love to, because I would like to see Pansy learn a lot of tech stuff from Bulma, especially considering that Pansy is a child, and Bulma has a grown woman's knowledge. Pansy's 82, by the way. She mentions that the demon lifespan is like 1,000 roughly, and she's 82. So for all you weirdos out there that are into Pansy in that kind of way, just know that 82 being the average lifespan, if you translate demon lifespan to to a ratio towards humans, the average woman in Japan, at least recorded in 2022, that was the earliest I was able to find, they live to be about 84. So Pansy is younger than the average lifespan of the oldest average Japanese woman, but not even just that. If you see like her age in like a math equation, like 82 over 1,000, 1,000 being the cap, and then do the same for humans, X over 82, she's like 6 years old. She would be 6.8 years old. So yeah, let's not be weird with a 6-year-old. She's cute, she's adorable, I like her, but I'm not looking at her like that, and I hope you guys don't either. Anyway, Pansy got a bunch of stuff. It's like, very typical of a woman. I'm trying not to be misogynist here, but she grabs a lot of stuff, like so many things, so much luggage. I don't even remember what all she had, but she has like a big ass cart of just a bunch of things, and she gets on the plane with all that stuff. So they leave on their little adventure, heading to find the Dragon Ball of the third demon world, and the plane basically crashes immediately because it can't carry the weight of all the stuff that she put on. Gloria literally tells her it's too much luggage, like you put too much luggage on the ship. Pansy's like, looking kind of guilty, like, oh, sorry, and then the ship crashes, and that's pretty much where the episode ends. I thought this was a pretty fun episode, very informative. They did give us their quota for action sequences. Pretty fun to see Goku do all that fighting and training, as he called it. And I do enjoy seeing Pansy and learning a little bit more about her. I didn't know she was the princess. It's really fun. She might be one of my new favorite characters in Daima, aside from obviously the regular cast of characters, the Sea Fighters and all that. But it's gonna be fun. Shin does tell Goku before they get on the ship that he's very sus of Glorio, because, like I said before, like it seems like Glorio came to the king instead of the other way around, and Glorio is still holding information. I don't think Glorio's a villain necessarily. I just think that he's just holding back a lot of information. There's probably some selfish reasons that he has for going on this adventure. It's probably something that he's hiding, like something wrong with his family, or a wish that he really wants that he's trying to get done, and that's why he's on board with the Dragon Ball plan, or maybe something that he thought defeating the king with King Goma would be able to fix. So who knows? I still think Glorio's good. I don't have any reason to have his bad sus for him. I just think that he's being mysterious because he doesn't normally open up to people. He probably isn't comfortable telling people like what's actually going on in his life. He wants to just fix it on his own. So we'll see. Anyway, that's pretty much the episode. I like it. I'd probably give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10, maybe 7.5 to 8. mostly because there was a lot of talking, a lot of walking, a lot of information being relayed. But to be fair, we got introduced to like a few new characters, so most of it's going to be figuring out who those characters are. The king and Pansy mostly, and getting a little bit more information on what the journey ahead is going to be. I'm kind of upset that they crossed the ship right after getting it, but if Pansy is as good with tech as she is, or as she claims to be, she might use some of the stuff that she brought to fix up the ship in the next episode, or she'll have something that she can use to create some new vessel or whatever for their journey. Who knows? We'll see in the next episode next week, but that's pretty much going to do it for me. Please like the video, subscribe to the page, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the episode and what you think might come up in the following episode. Maybe remind me of something that I forgot. Tell me about something that you probably saw on the episode that reminds you of something else, or something that gives you a prediction about what's to come. Anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for me. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.